Greetings all and welcome to lesson 4 on AlgoFox Academy. In the last 3 lessons, we saw how a company raises its IPO and finally gets listed on exchange. We also saw the importance of stock market and how it helps to develop a nation. Well, to begin with, let us talk about exchanges in India. In India, there are two main exchanges. One is National Stock Exchange, other is Bombay Stock Exchange. However, apart from these exchanges, there are minor exchanges like Kolkata Stock Exchange, there is Bangalore Stock Exchange which recently got shut down, and many other small exchanges. But talking about two main exchanges, one, as I said, is Bombay Stock Exchange, the second is National Stock Exchange. Bombay Stock Exchange was formed in 1875 and has around 7,000 companies listed on it, making it world's biggest exchange. Whereas National Stock Exchange was formed in 1992, relatively new, and has around 2,000 companies listed onto it. The headquarters of both Bombay Stock Exchange and National Stock Exchange is Mumbai. Now, when a company raises its fund via IPO, it finally gets listed on exchange. It can either list itself on Bombay Stock Exchange or National Stock Exchange or both of them. When the company gets listed on the exchange, the trading in those shares begins. In our example, we have Raju Spice Shop, whose IPO got allotted to us at 200 rupees per share in the previous video. Let us continue the story from there. Let us say you got those shares allotted in the IPO and now you want to sell those shares to someone. You can sell those shares when it gets listed on these exchange. So exchange is essentially just a marketplace that helps buyer and seller meet. That means if I as a seller want to sell the shares and if there is someone who wants to buy those shares, we can do the transaction via exchange. Now let us say I have 100 shares of Raju Spice Shop and I feel that Raju Spice Shop might not perform well from this point of the time. That means I want to sell it to someone who is willing to buy. I can place a sell order on either National Stock Exchange or Bombay Stock Exchange, and when there will be a buyer on the same exchange who is willing to buy Raju Spice Shop shares at the price that I have listed on, our order will be matched and the shares will be transferred from me to the new shareholder. Now, since I sell off my shares, I am no longer shareholder of that company. That means I have no say in Raju's Spice Shop anymore. The new buyer who purchases the share from me becomes the new shareholder of Raju's Spice Shop company. Now, if the Raju Spice Shop grows from there, whatever profits the company's share price will have, that will be given to the new buyer. Similarly, if Raju Spice Shop does not perform well and if it falls down, the loss will be also bared by the new buyer who purchased the Raju shares from me. You see, when a company raises money via IPO, the entire process involved, including merchant banker, SEBI registration, all of that is called as primary market. In primary market, a company can only sell shares to the buyers. Now, who are buyers? We as retail participants buy or purchase that IPO from a company. So in the primary market, that is in the IPO market, you as a buyer can only buy the shares in the form of IPO. You cannot sell. That means you cannot sell the IPO allotted to you anyone in the primary market itself. When the IPO gets allotted, when the allotment is complete and the share finally gets listed onto the exchange, buying and selling begins on the exchange, and hence exchange is also called as secondary market. That means IPO was your primary market, trading or investing into shares is your secondary market. In secondary market, you can purchase new company share or you can sell existing shares that you have from the IPO. Now, as a beginner, you might also have wondered why are there two major exchanges? Why is there NSE and BSE? As said, there are many exchanges, but if it has to be a big exchange, then it could have been either BSE or NSE. What was the need of having two major exchanges? Well, the answer is very simple. These exchanges are not government bodies. These are private exchanges. That means they're owned by private institutions. In fact, BSE was formed by Premchand Roychand, who basically was a broker, and he established BSE just to make profits. Similarly, NSE is also owned by private financial institutions. Now, when BSE formed in 1875, everything was going well. But again, when there is a monopoly in any business, be it stock market or any other profession, a lot of malpractices occurs. The same happened in BSE. There was favorism for IPO allotment, there was favorism for price action, and technology wise also, BSE was very old fashioned. You see, when there was monopoly in BSE just didn't want to upgrade, didn't want to invest into technology because everything was running fine. And that is where the need for competitor or a bigger exchange came into existence. NSE came with an idea to become a tech-driven exchange, and slowly and steadily NSE became very, very popular. Today, NSE has almost 6 times more volume than BSE in spite of being the newer exchange. I personally trade on NSE because I find liquidity to be very, very high on NSE. So to basically stop the malpractices and to stop all the favorism, there has to be more than one exchange in a country, and so is in India as well. In the next video, we're going to talk about how exactly you can also buy and sell shares on this exchange. See you in the next lesson.